What is up, guys? Happy Saturday. Hope you all are having a great weekend so far. I am back with the NHL Every Game on the Board podcast. Of course, I'm Andrew McInnis from WagerTalk.com. And guys, before I jump into every single game on the board, I invite you to check out our great deal we have going on at WagerTalk.com right now. If you want to take $50 off all of my plays for the next 30 days, use the promo code ALL30. All30 will take $50 off. A great promo and gives you a good sample size. Not 3 days, not 7 days, but 30 days. Use that promo code ALL30 to take $50 off my 30-day all-access pass. Every single sport I handicap right to your email or mobile device. Let's jump into every single game on the board for Saturday. And it's a lot of them. So let's not waste any time. Let's get right to the picks here. We're going to start things off with the afternoon game. We have the Blue Jackets and we have the Detroit Red Wings going head-to-head here. In the first game, guys, it really comes down to this. I don't love the price here on the Red Wings. I know they've improved. I know they're a better team. They've got lots of firepower. But to me, that price is just too steep. And Columbus, well, if you take a look at how they've been playing right now, I feel like they've been playing some tougher competition. Every game or two has been against a really tough opponent. Now, it's kind of a step down in class for them, and yet we're still getting a really good underdog price. I'm not sure I'll get to the window on this one, but if I'm playing this one, I'm not taking the favorite here. I will sprinkle on the underdog. Let's keep things going with game number 2. We have the Dallas Stars and Winnipeg Jets. And what do we have here for the total? We have a 5.5. Who doesn't love 5.5s for totals these days? And I do. I love going over with them because 5.5 is such a small number. To get to 6, it seems so common. A 4-2 score line, it just seems very common these days. And this Winnipeg Jets team, although on a whole this season they will be an under team, they're scoring some goals right now. And this Dallas Stars team has been going through it a little bit of inconsistency. But when you look at this Winnipeg Jets team, they're actually surprisingly roping teams into fast-paced hockey. So with it being a 5.5, with Dallas looking to get it going and get in some rhythm here, I look for an over in this one, over 5.5, Winnipeg Jets and the Dallas Stars. Guys, let me know what you think about all these games and let me know what your picks are. These are just my opinions and some quick picks on the Saturday slate. Don't forget, I do have a 5% CFL play going on Saturday. Also have some UFC plays along with an NHL package. Bruins and Canadians. Anybody that knows me knows I'm a diehard Canadian fan. So try not to call me a homer with this pick, all right, guys? But I'm going to go with a team total play. Team total over 2.5 goals, minus 110 here for the Montreal Canadiens. This is a team that has struggled defensively when they've had to step up in class against some, higher class opponents. But they've still been able to score. That really hasn't been as much their issue when they've had to play some of these really good teams. And I know Boston's a good defensive team, but I feel like line for line, Montreal can use their speed and kind of throw the Boston Bruins off guard a little bit here. This game will be at home for the Montreal Canadiens. I feel like they can compete here. I'm not so sure they get the win, but over 2.5 at minus 110, it's not very often you get that price for a 2.5 team total. I'll take the Montreal Canadiens team total over to get a few in the net. Sean Monahan, Nick Suzuki, Cole Caulfield, all those guys playing very well right now. And I do expect them to keep it going against the Boston Bruins. Always a big game when those two rivals go head to head. Let's talk about the Canucks and the Maple Leafs. This is a big game. The Maple Leafs are on the second half of a back-to-back here. The Canucks the Maple Leafs playing Friday night against the Calgary Flames in a really, really fast-paced game with lots of scoring opportunities. And I think it goes without saying right now in the NHL, the biggest thing you want to do is follow the patterns. Don't try and reinvent the wheel. This Vancouver Canucks team is scoring at will. If you're someone that looks at analytical numbers, you look at shooting percentages, you should be looking at this Vancouver Canucks team because they are making teams pay and making it look easy no matter who they've been playing. They've been putting up goals, and take the Ottawa game, for example. That was 3 periods straight of Vancouver using their speed, get behind the defenseman and make plays behind the net and find their open shooters. I like the team total over 3.5 goals for the Canucks. That's plus 130. So I think in that game, it's first to 4 goals wins it anyway. And you're going to give me a plus 130 price on the Vancouver Canucks to reach 4 goals. Sign me up for that one. And then you don't have to worry about who wins the game. Just get me to 4 goals and I believe the Canucks can stay hot offensively. Keeping things going, the Senators and Flames, as I just talked about, playing the Maple Leafs on Friday night, and it's not easy to play the Maple Leafs, especially when the Maple Leafs are at home, and they have that back-to-back against the Ottawa Senators, and the Senators are not a team you want to be playing when you're on the second half of a back-to-back with the speed that they contain, with the amount of superstars they have, or top players and the dangerous power play they have. Not really a team you want to play in the second half of a back-to-back. And right now, the Senators, with everything they've had to deal with off the ice, not just on the ice, they're scoring goals. I mean, Brady Tkachuk, Claude Giroux, Norris, Stützle, those guys are playing very, very well. And I like their team total. It's over 3.5 goals. It's going to be a little chalky, but I feel like they can get it done. And this is a team that you want to count on when you're betting on them. I don't even want to look at the money line. I just want to continue to bet their team total over. Let's look at the Lightning and Hurricanes. Hurricanes playing a game on Friday night, so they'll be playing the second half of a back-to-back here. And the Lightning, they just dropped a game to the Chicago Blackhawks. They have struggled to develop any sort of consistency on this season. They have a few bad games in a row, a few good games in a row, and they'll drop a game like the one they just dropped against the Blackhawks. I feel like the travel has really affected Carolina. They have just been all over the place, and not just the travel, but playing some tougher teams as well. And that can kind of catch up to you a little bit here. I feel like the Lightning are rested. They're ready to go, and they'll be waiting to take down the Carolina Hurricanes. Sign me up for the short dog here with the Tampa Bay Lightning to defeat the Carolina Hurricanes. Taking a look at our next game, we have the Sabres and Penguins. Penguins back from a small little road trip here, and short and simple, guys. This is a team that I like to fade off a strong win, and the Penguins looked good against the Kings. They won that game in overtime. I know the Sabres played Friday night, but at the plus 140 price we are going to get, this is a number I want to bet on to fade this Penguins team. The Penguins are a team that develops chemistry, develops confidence, and in the next game, they lose a disappointing one. They're back at home now. The jet lag could be there, even though it's early in the season. And I think Buffalo is a young enough team that they will not be affected by the back-to-back. So I will take them to get the job done and look for that nice plus 140 cash on the Buffalo Sabres. Let's look towards our next game. We have the Capitals and the Islanders, two teams at the bottom of the rankings right now as far as their expected goals, their 5-on-5 numbers. This is an opportunity to look at a Capitals team that is going to face a team that will not give them any chances, that will smother them. And the Capitals really have only had success this season on the power play. And the Islanders do not take too many penalties whatsoever. The Islanders have played a couple higher scoring games for the most part, especially when they're playing below average teams. They play towards the under. Give me under 6 in this one, guys. Pretty good price on that one as well. We'll take the under with the Capitals and Islanders. Coyotes and Predators. Guys, shockingly, the Predators are an over team right now. They're actually scoring goals, but they're giving up a ton of goals as well. Same kind of thing for the Coyotes. Sometimes they do get some life in their goaltending, but overall, I do lean to the over 6 there. Make sure you're looking at some Keller props for the Coyotes. He is a shooting machine, and he's someone you want to have your eye on as far as the props are concerned. Just a few more left here. We are blasting through these. We've got the Blues and Avalanche. The Avalanche coming off that really tough game against the Kraken. They just didn't look good. The puck was bouncing funny ways. They couldn't get things together. They couldn't really get in rhythm. Took a lot of bad penalties. So what am I going to do? Well, I'm going to bet on the Avalanche and fade the Blues, but I'm going to fade the Blues early on and get a nice plus price of plus 120. We're going to go minus a half goal in the first period for the Colorado Avalanche to get off to a really good start here on Saturday after a very disappointing game last time. Even though they crawled back and got things going again, but it was a little bit late. So they're going to look for a good first period, which is why I'm isolating that first period minus a half goal at plus 120. Let's look towards the Oilers and Kraken. We're going to go over 1.5 goals, minus 150. I know it's chalky, but I do expect that number to move. The Oilers just lost to the Sharks. I mean, can you believe that? This team is struggling there, dead last in the league right now. We all know the offense that they have. It's the defense that's really been the problem. Over 1.5 goals in the first period. This one should be a jam-packed first period, filled with lots of action, lots of scoring chances, and actually, 2 power plays that'll make you pay, the Kraken and the Oilers. So look towards over 1.5 in that one. Flyers and Kings here. We got the Flyers playing on a back-to-back. The Kings, they dropped their most recent game at home against the Penguins. They will look to bounce back, and I'll tell you what, guys, I'm not a huge puck line guy. Mostly regulation, -1, team total, if anything. I believe in the Kings in this spot here. They will smother the Philadelphia Flyers. The Kings have all kinds of depth, and they play a really strong brand of hockey. So I feel like they will bounce back to the last game of the night. And I'm taking the puck line, -1.5 for the LA Kings. Do not forget that promo code ALL30 will take $50 off all of my plays. I got a 5% in CFL. We got UFC plays. We got an NFL prop package going up. Lots of action for me over at WagerTalk.com. Guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Hope we can cash some of these tickets, and let's make some money here on a Saturday on the ice. Thanks so much, guys. Take care. Best of luck.